Hey, what's up guys, Rare Bishop here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have Halo 4 gameplay for you. This game just came out on Tuesday, so I figured I'd get a video up within the first week to try to give you my first impressions of the multiplayer. Obviously this is not a review because I have not spent enough time with the game for this video to warrant a review, but this is my first impressions. And first off, I'd like to say that I do prefer the DMR in Halo 4. Which is obviously returning from Halo Reach. The BR is good, the battle rifle is good on certain maps and in certain situations. And if you don't have the necessary aim, like I have right here, don't have the necessary aim to shoot a sprinting target, then the BR is probably going to be your weapon of choice. But the DMR to me seems to pack a little bit more punch, a little bit more damage, extra damage. I don't know whether or not that's actually true or not, but that's my opinion so far. And I think that honestly, I'm better with the DMR than I am the BR, and I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not that great with the BR. I mean, I have trouble sometimes hitting the target with the BR, which is ironic because I have no trouble hitting the target with the DMR, which is a single shot. But obviously, all that, the weapons choice, whether you want a DMR, the assault rifle, or the BR, or any of the other weapons Forerunner weapons is going to depend on your preference. So you have to try them out and see for yourself. But I personally think the DMR is just as good as it was in Reach, if not better. And I think if you're playing Halo 4 and you haven't tried out the DMR because you're so concerned about making sure the BR gets some time, try the DMR out. I guarantee you'll like it. Next is the maps. I must say that I'm a fan of the maps. So far, there's not one map that I've played that I'm like, oh man, this map is not very good. But it's just most of them are very well designed. The spawns on them are very good. The one thing I will say is that people seem to love the map Haven. If you've played Halo 4, since it's come out, you realize what I'm talking about. Haven is a map that every time it's available to be voted on, it gets voted on, and I understand that because it is a good map. It is a very good map, but even the greatest map does not need to be voted on 3-4 times in a row. So I think 3-4-3 would be great to add in better map rotation in the voting to make sure Haven does not show up every time it's time to vote on a new map. But that's something that can easily be fixed. And a few tips I would have for the multiplayer is, my first tip is just for any first-person shooter in general: do not chase. And there are a few people in this game in particular, one person in particular that chases me, and then I actually don't take my own advice and I chase somebody else because I thought, and you'll see it later on in the video, that when I chase him, I thought he was more injured than he was, and he ended up not being. So I ended up not. Well, you'll see later on in the video. But that's the first rule: is don't chase. And number two is, Halo is more about team play than Call of Duty is, specifically in the team deathmatch field. Like if you're playing Slayer, which I am right now in Halo 4, if you have somebody that you're playing with, or even if you don't, try to stay with your teammates. Your teammates are your lifeline in this game, because more often than not, when you play the opposing team, this game is not an example, they're going to have 2 or 3 people together, the opposing team is, and it's going to be very difficult for you to kill one of them, much less all of them. By the way, before I go on with that, I don't know how I got out of this predicament. I could have sworn that guy right there was going to end up shooting me and killing me, but alas, he did not, which I'm more than happy with. But back to what I was saying, run with a team. Run with at least one other person, because if you run up with one other person like that right there, more than often than not, one of you is going to get them, because it's hard for one guy to keep his eye on 2 people, because he then has to concern with, oh, am I going to shoot this guy? Am I going to shoot this one? So try to run with 2 people. And then the next one would be, pick a weapon that suits you. I talked earlier about how the DMR is a great weapon, but the BR is great at certain situations. Pick a weapon that you are most comfortable with. Don't pick a weapon just because I suggested or just because somebody suggested. Pick a weapon that you can get necessary kills with, or that that will help you capture the flag, or whatever game mode you're playing. Just make sure you pick the gun that you're best with. And get back to the overall multiplayer feel. I have to give 343 props. I went into this game in the first few weeks leading up to it thinking there's no way they can replicate the multiplayer that Bungie did with Halo 3. I was a big fan of of Halo 3, I was so on Halo Reach, but Halo 3 I enjoyed, and I was like, there's no way 343 is going to be able to replicate what Bungie's been able to do with the Halo multiplayer, in the series. And I have to tell you, they proved me wrong. They did an outstanding job with this multiplayer. I think with the ordnance strikes, which you saw me call in right here, this one is a damage boost. You'll call in stuff. They're not kill streaks. There's a little cube over here above the little radar that circle around it will fill in as you get kills, as you get different stuff, assists, whatever, that will fill up. So basically, it's kind of like score streaks, not kill streaks, and it does not reset after you die. So after you die, it does not reset. It will just keep filling up, and then once that circle fills up, you will get either an option to call in damage boost, an option to call in extra grenades, an option to call in extra ammo, speed boost, a specific weapon. There's a saw weapon that I think, which is basically a light machine gun, that I think is fantastic to use. And I think that adds a little twist to the scene. And yeah, some people will say, oh, well, it's just been codified. It's just like Call of Duty. It takes some aspects from Call of Duty. Yeah, definitely. But it's not anything close to a Call of Duty game. It still feels like Halo. You still know, hey, I'm playing a Halo game. So I think with the way 343 does the abilities, which the abilities are similar to the armor mods that you found in Halo Reach. There's the hologram. There's now a shield instead of armor lock. There's no longer sprint, because sprint is now infinite. Every character has infinite sprint. And they did a great job with the ordnance. They did a great job with the abilities. They did a great job with the multiplayer. The guns feel great. The guns sound amazing. You probably will not hear it in this video because I kind of turned down the gameplay audio for my commentary. But the guns sound amazing. Specifically, there is a health shield that pops up. That is one of the abilities you can call out. Is a green health shield. When you're standing in that and you shoot one of your weapons, man, it sounds. Ooh, you'll have to hear it for yourself. But it sounds amazing coming through either an Astro A40 headset or an HD TV or a big stereo surround sound. It sounds amazing because it kind of echoes and it kind of has a kind of bassier feel and a bassier sound. It just sounds amazing. But this video looks like it is coming to an end, guys, and that's my first impressions of Halo 4. From the next few months, Halo 4 video multiplayer commentaries will be uploaded on Mondays, and then on Thursday, starting next week, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 videos will be uploaded on Thursdays. So it'll be Halo Mondays and Call of Duty Thursdays for me. So if you're interested in that, don't be sure to subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in the near future. And thank you very much.